back to a new episode. This episode will be very WIP heavy, but before we start to talk about WIPs and all of that stuff, if you are new here or if you are a returning viewer, welcome here. My name is Emilia. I'm coming from Sweden, where I live with my husband, our 4 lovely kids, our 5 crazy dogs, a lot of turkeys, ducks, chickens on a farm. So, today's episode is going to be mostly about WIPs. It's also going to be a bit about life updates, and I will try to record a little bit more this year because I had a chat with one of my surgeons today, and it seems like I'm going to be home for a very long time. But anyway, we will take that in the life update stuff, what's going on with all of this madness of the surgeries and all of that stuff. So, but I'm slowly but steadily trying to rearrange and sort out my little shelf situation here. So I have taken out all my projects that have been living there, and now we're going to go through them and see how I will make a plan for them. It is not much of them, but it's taking all of my project bags, and I do make my project bags myself, so I can just sew new ones, but it's just a waste of space because I need to do something. But before we're going to talk about WIP, I actually do have one finished object and one that are going to be finished today. And those two are more or less quite urgent thing that I needed to cast on because, oh my, we didn't have any winter we had a storm. But still we didn't have any winter. But after that, the winter arrived. And we now have like 1 meter of snow outside. It's beautiful, it's lovely. I will take a picture or do a little snippet from my living room window so I can show you how it looks outside there right now. But also the cold came, and I love the cold. But Alva and Victory, they have very sensitive skin in their face. So when they are outside, and we are talking about, for me, it's just a wonderful temperature of maybe 15 to 20 minus Celsius, but they have very sensitive skin. So for Victory, I made this one. This is finished now, and this is the Hubble hood, I think it's called. So you have this neck ribbing that you can use like a scarf, or if it's really cold, you just fold it up so you have like a little scarf, and it covers the most part of your face. And he didn't want any band in it. I really wanted to make the band. I have actually made band. It's just a simple I-cord, and I make the channel for it, otherwise I would just not have done all this messing around for make this channel. But he really don't want it. But if he changed his mind somewhere, somehow, someday, I can just put it in. But I made it a little bit narrow when I did the hemming of the face, because of he didn't want the band. So he can see like he just has a hat on him or something like that, but it is a little bit more protection for him because it's going to be cold for a while now. And the best part with this is he can wear it without a hat under, or he can choose to have a hat under too, because it has a lot of room. That is the reason I chosen this pattern, because with his autism and stuff like that, he's very sensitive. He don't want something that are tight fitting on him. So I always need to adjust to that. And this pattern was so good because you have the size ranging from toddlers, kids, teenager, adult small and medium, and adult medium and large. So you had a lot of sizes to choose from. So he going to be 9 soon in March, but I chosen to do the teenage size instead. But I thought it turned out a little bit big, but then when I started to think that they have actually count for the purpose for a hat under if you want one. So it wasn't not so big, it's like more a regular hood from a hoodie. So, but he is loving this. He's not wearing this today in school though. It's the first school day today. So we're back in routine. But he will sure wear it tomorrow, because today is actually just 1 minus outside, but it's going to drop tonight because it had poured down with snow. So he will sure use it tomorrow. And then I just need to have a little bit of coffee. This is dangerous. I should not do it like this. I should not have my coffee with my projects because you know. But otherwise, I have realized that kids are growing so fast. But anyway, I made this one for Alba 2 years ago. This is the baby bear from Pernilla Larsen. And the actually hood, it's still fitting her quite good. It's starting to be a little bit tight, so it's actually going way further on her face now, so her cheeks and all of that are exposed. So I needed to do a new one, but this was the biggest size that I made, and that's the size 4 to 8. That's an on size. She's going to be 7 the 19th of January, but this is starting to be a little bit small now. And I also think I made it smaller because I didn't actually go up a needle size, because I wanted a denser fabric just to keep the cold outside. Because when I knitted this up, we had this also lovely winter. It was sunny all the time, but we was laying between 20 to 25 degrees Celsius every single every single day through half of December, January, and the half of February. And my kids are very much outdoor kids, so we are outside as much as we can. So yeah, so I think I also made it a little bit smaller. It's meant to be knitted on 3.5 millimeters, and I am a very tight knitter, so I actually think I did it on 3.5 millimeters. I probably would have gone up a size to 3.75 or something, because I did it this time. But then also this little neck piece, I know I modified this the last time also, because I wanted something longer. This is not long on her anymore. This is just annoying for her now. She has been growing so much these 2 years. So I started a new one, and I have, so now we are going into WIPs. I made it a little big one for her. So I just went from the pattern and modified it a bit to make it bigger. And I also went up a needle size. So this is made on 3.75 millimeters instead. So it's way bigger. It's still quite a dense fabric, but not as dense as the last one. But now we have her cheeks and most of her face not exposed anymore. And I made a much longer neck piece of it, or neck warmer, and I will make the one for the back even longer, so she can have it under her overalls without it riding up. And this I have knitted with 1 strand of Rainbow Dragons from Limo Design. It is a little bit of sparkle in it, and also 1 strand of alpaca brushed silk. I was talking about this in the last episode because I wanted to make her a cardigan, and that was the plan for my New Year's cast on, but it didn't happen because she couldn't decide. So I told her, when you find something, then we are going to make it. So I don't think you can see it on the camera right now. See if we can go a little bit away from the window, maybe. Maybe you can see it sparkling a little bit. It sparkles a lot though in real life, but I know it sparkles very, very hard to show on the TV. On the camera. You see, it don't go so well for me now. So this is one work in progress, but this will be finished today because I have so little left on it. So that's work in progress number 1. But that's also my first that I'm prioritizing right now because she really needs it. And in their school they have their breaks and they always are outside on their breaks. So I will try to go a little bit faster. Then we have my other work in progress. This I will not talk about in depth at all because you already have seen it. I'm still working on it. I have made a little bit progress, and I talked to you last time on New Year's Eve, and I have made a tangling mess. So this is my antique something. Still not remember what the last part is called. So I have made, from the last time I was talking with you, progress from there to maybe like 5 centimeters or so. So I'm very soon finished with the color work on the body. Then we are going to do the color works on the sleeves. And I really love to work on this. It's going to be so beautiful. I can see myself reaching and wearing this a lot in the future. So this is also still ongoing WIP, and this is something I'm going to pick up straight after I have made Alva's baby bear hood. So, but this I have already been talking about a lot lately. So, and then the mess. I still do have this little sweater I made my nephew, my newest nephew. My sister have not picked it up yet, so I don't even think it's going to fit him anymore. But it is what it is. It can go to some other kids, who knows. Let me see if I can drop the camera a little bit because it's starting to feels a little bit hard on my shoulder to have it so high up. And then we have a very long time standing WIP. This has been put in the Nordic corner for, I don't know, maybe 2 years, maybe 3, maybe 2, maybe 3. And here is one of my sets of needles I have been searching for so long. It is a fixed cable on, yeah, it is 3.5mm needles, but it is my longest cable, and this is planned for be the big cozy cardigan from Andrea Mowry. I have done a lot of progress on it because it's a lot of knitting in this quite funny texture. I know it's hard to see because it's a black yarn, or no black. I'm knitting it with 3 strands of Holst Super Soft in the colorway I cannot remember anymore, because I bought 2 cones of it when I made my it was something from Marie Wallon, a cardigan. Cannot remember what it was called. I will pop in a picture of what I made with it anyways before, and I had so much left over and I really wanted to do the big cozy cardigan. Obviously I didn't want to do the big cozy cardigan as much that I do think I wanted, because otherwise it would not be laying here and just collecting a lot of dust. So I don't know. This is one of the only WIPs I really don't know if I want to continue work on, because I have been taking in count when you are working with Holst Super Soft, it's not going to shrink on you as much on the length wide, but on the width it shrinks a lot. So I think I have added like almost 1 or 2 decimeters in the stitch count or with the stitch for compensate for that. And the rows are long. The rows are starting to become a little bit boring, I think, because it's, yeah, I don't think the pattern did actually. No, I would not say the pattern. I honestly think it's the yarn, because I feel that its yarn is not, it's not so pleasant to work with, because when I have been working on this and my cardigan from Marie Wallen that I cannot remember what it's called, but first of all, it's just quite stiff yarn, but it's not toothy like woolly wool, because I love woolly wool, but it's more or less like it is over dyed, so my finger is turning black and I cannot get it away. And I once had a white sweater on when I was working on it, and where I rubbed it on my belly when I was knitting on it, I did have a huge black stain, or more like a grayish stain that I cannot get away from that sweater. So I think it's more or less the yarn, not the actually pattern. So maybe I will just rip this out, or maybe gift away this yarn for someone who actually do enjoy working on it, because I know I was complaining a lot on this yarn also when I was knitting with it on that specific cardigan. So this will maybe be a rip out and a frog. We will see. We will see. So that's one. Then we have this little bag, and I honestly don't know when I started this and why it's put in the corner and why it don't have any needles. So yeah, this is a start of a sock. So, and this is a pattern from Drops Design. It's called Flower and something like that. But I have done the heel flap, almost the whole thing. Not really the whole thing, but a lot of it. And I'm finished with the leg. And then I have just stopped. I don't know why. And I do have plenty of yarn for the second sock also. And this is also, I think it is a Limo Design. It can also be a hex cattle dye. This can be tricky. No, it's a Limo Design yarn. Of course. Of course it is. It is Kalas Pigna, so Party Girl. It's the Party Girl color from Limo Design. So I don't know why. So this will not be a frog. This I will finish. This will be my new car knitting now. I don't have any car knitting for now. So it will go to my car. I will just reattach a pair of 2.5mm needles and keep working on it, because that's just weird. That's weird. I do never have a sock project just laying, because I'm a really liking knitting socks. So it's rarely a lingering WIP in my WIP station. Or maybe it is because of that one I don't have another ones of sock WIPs. Who knows? But then we have another thing that I still don't know what I will do about. I really need to sort out all of my baskets, because I have a lot of baskets also with a lot of thing in. See, oh, an empty project bag. this is, and this was one of the thing I was searching for the needles that are stuck in my big cozy cardigan, because when I'm working on shawls I don't want to use my changeable needles because I want them for more my sweater projects and stuff like that, where I actually need to change my cables a lot. And if I'm working on a shawl, I do know I need a big or a long cable needle, so then I used to go for my fixed ones instead. So this is Mr. Knit Along for, it would be 2 years now, I think it is. I cannot remember what it's called, but it's Stephen West anyway. And I have made a decent progress on it, but I think I have clue 3 and 4 left, maybe. Maybe I do actually have it. I think I am on clue 2, actually. And I'm not finished with it, because I need one more repeat on the brioche. Yes, it was the right side. So, yeah. This is, bear with me with the light. It's not going to be any better, because the clock is soon to be, it's 2:30, so it's starting to losing on us. But anyway, I really did enjoy working on this, but I don't know why I set it on the back burner. But if I rip the other one, it maybe was the needles. Maybe the needles. This can be a problem for me if I don't have my right needles, because this needles, I think this pair of needles is from Järbo. I think they are calling Birch, like Birch or something like that. Birch collection, something. But you have like this, I see if you can see it. You have like this little bump over here, and then it's flattened over here on the both side, and everything gets stuck over here, so you have to fight for the knitting. And that's annoying me a lot. I used to have these needles just to keep things on hold when I need to try something on or something like that. I can just insert this needle for one piece of a sweater or something, but I actually don't use to knit with this. And also with wooden needles, I love a good pair of wooden needles because the stitches are not gliding off. But this is very slippery when they are on the tips. So, yeah, it's not my favorites, but that can be a reason for why. So, but then I can keep going now because I find my other needles. So that's all for knitting WIPs. Then no, it's not. It's actually, it's not. It's not. I have another one over here in my little glass jar. My glass jar of junk. I used to call it like that. But here I do have the pattern for it. And I don't need a pattern. I have just write up the needle size and how many stitch I have cast on. But it is, of course, the coziest memories blanket, and I have tangled all of it in here. And I'm working on this little cute blanket. I will tell you. This is something that is still going on, but I will just need to keep up with it, because now you will see the tiniest little coziest memories blanket. Here we go. Here is my coziest little memories blanket, because I was, and here we have my needles. They are so tiny. I think they are like 1 millimeter or something like that, 1.5. But I was thinking I had so much small, tiny pieces left over. We are talking this size of leftovers, and I thought maybe I can do something with that. And I was thinking about this. So I have literally 15 stitches cast on, and I'm just working it in and making this small squares. So yeah, That's an ongoing thing. But that's also knit. But I don't know if I'm going to count that. It's more or less because I don't want to throw away some of my small scraps. So that's also one thing. But then we're coming to the madness of crocheting. And here we go. I do have one Battenberg blanket that I have started. This is for Victory. And the fun part is that I have made all the squares already. All the colorful squares are made and are laying in one of this bag. Actually not in this bag, because here I do have only the white for this one. It's laying in the bottom of this for his blanket. So I have made all the colorful squares. They are finished. So I'm stuck on solid squares. And something threw me off with solid squares. So I need to find a system to keep working on this. I need planning that out. Because then I do also have another one for his sister. That I also have made all of the colorful squares on. And you see, this is a lot bigger for Alva. Because Victory, he wants something that he can have in the car when we go to my second house. So he didn't want as big, but he wanted bigger squares. So I think Alva's is maybe 30 centimeters longer than Victory's, maybe. But also all of the colorful squares for this is finished and bagged up in this one. So I'm stuck with the solid squares on this too. Yeah, I'm starting to think of maybe in the mornings after the school run, if I'm just going to sit down, do 5 squares, so 10 squares in total of those 2 blankets every morning, and just see it like it's done for the day, so I make some progress. So that's 2, and then we have the last one, but it's also going to be huge. And this is, I cannot even remember what the pattern is called. I can the pattern by heart. It was a free pattern somewhere, but this squares I have made a lot in my days, because this was very popular when I was young to make this type of crocheted squares. We made it like mug covers, so you have like mug rugs and stuff like that all the time when I went to school when I was a young girl. So yeah. And this is also going to be a very long-term WIP, I think. I don't know how big it's going to be, because I am a Patreon of Molly from Homespine House. So every month I receive 3 minis from her, and I am holding this double. So 1 square is 1 mini, and then I have a little bit left that that's go in my tiny cozy memories blanket. And then I just have 1 solid square and make like a flower pattern around these colorful squares, and that's the plan for it. But I have not been working on this year, and I have not been working on this since September, I think. So I need to cake up some of the minis and keep working on this. And the white, the solids white, it is from my stash, and it is, I think it is, see if I have a ball band. Yes, it drops baby merino, and I have a lot of this since Alva was a baby, a lot of it. So, and it's not a discontinued yarn, so even if the color is not the same anymore, it's maybe slight difference. I don't think you're going to notice, when it is in the middles, I just maybe have to place it. Otherwise, I don't even going to care if it is a sliced, as slim as chance it's going to be more white or less white. So anyway, that's my WIPs that I'm trying to figure out how I will keep up, because in the meantime I have so many things that I want to cast on, but I need to stall myself a little bit because this year is going to be hard. As I said, I have talked with my surgeon today. The 20th of January, the day after Alma is turning 7, I'm going into the hospital again, and they are going to set like some more or less, I don't know what he called it, like some patch with numbing things in my head, because after this surgery I have had a lingering headache. It's going like a band on my left side, from my neck all over to my eye. It's just on my left side, and it is literally just like a band. It's something that have got swollen because it became a thing after the surgery, the last surgery I had. I didn't have it before. I had a lot of headaches after the main injury, but not just this type and ongoing all day through. So that's one thing we will do, and then they need to do a new x-ray, and after that they will open my neck and do a new surgery, and they will also check if I do have some tightening issue between the vertebrae where the main injury was that made my left arm paralyzed. Because I know I had a lot of bleedings from that injury, and it's not seems like it wants to heal as it should. It had been 3 years now, and it's just going up again, and then it heals a little bit, and then it's go up again. So they are thinking it's starting to be maybe a lot of scar issues, and that makes a lot of scar tissues of the issues of scarrings. And the scar tissues, they do call it issue and tissue. I think it was hilarious when he said it so. It's more hilarious in English and Swedish because that's different word. But anyway, it had become a problem about that. So I know also this year we are going to a surgery heavy year. And I'm so sick and tired of it. You have heard me talk about this a lot, but I think that's almost like a big part that my knitting is almost as big as my knitting life is. But it seems like it's going to go a little bit faster this year than last year. Last year I was waiting for, they take the decision for the surgery in the beginning of January last year, and I didn't have the surgery from the 24th of November. So almost 10 months, almost 11 months I would say, I was waiting for the surgery. So, but they are planning to have this finished and done, and my recovery journey will start in March. That's not a good month because the first week of March I have my birthday, the second week of March Dave has his birthday, and the third week of March Victory has his birthday, and also my sister-in-law is turning 30 this year in March. So that's not a good one, but it is what it is though. We will take it for what it is and just keep going with it, so maybe I can be a whole person again someday soon. And that's also one thing why I want to sort this out. I'm still recovering from the last surgery. I do have a few more weeks. I can bend or carry stuff or all of this stuff. I do have 3 more weeks to go. I actually don't have 3 weeks more to go now, because I need to wait for a new x-ray before I can do something, so I don't have a time plan anymore. I just need to stick to my restrictions. Me and words. But anyway, long story longer maybe. So I just want to sort this out so everything will be in order, and I will have all my projects, because something I have learned through the years with the surgery and stuff like that, and something that actually saved my sanity, I will say, it was that I had a lot of projects already on my needles when my left arm was destroyed. So I didn't have to fiddling with casting something on. But I could just pick a project that was suitable for the day of my feeling and how my health was and pain and all of that stuff was. So I'm thinking to do it like that this year. Also, I need to clean out the baskets, because the baskets are tending to get stuck in here, and after the surgery I would not been able to pull on them. So I need to have this more project bags, so I'm actually thinking of a few new ones and store something else in the basket for now, maybe just yarn, and to have all my projects just in project bags, so I easily can reach for them and keep them there, because I know already when they are doing this numbing thing in my head that they told me it's going to be worse before it gets better, but then I think you're going to feel a little bit better with a headache, but it's going to be some tension issues instead. But you have to choose, don't you? Pain or tension? I take pain. I think I take pain, because tension is more hard on me now and pain, because pain is something I have actually get used to. It's a big part of my daily life, and it's not, I don't know how I should explain it. It's something my body is used to now, this pain, but the tension is something new, and then my whole body is responding with like a trauma response. Something is off, something is dangerous, and then the pain is going to be worse, and then I'm just off. But I don't know. I say I choose pain, but still, well, here I will go the 20th of January and do actually try. Maybe it works, but I can at least try once, and it's not forever. It's just going to hold for like 4 weeks and stuff like that. And if the tension issues is going to be a big thing, I can also get pills for that, even though I now have get free from all my pills once again. So yeah, we shall see, but something it will be anyway. Otherwise, today the kids have started school again. I'm so happy for them. I'm so damn happy, because this holiday break have been terrible for them. They have been sick, they have literally, one have get down, the other one have snapped out of it, and it have just been a loop. The only two that actually have not got sick this Christmas break is me and Tuva. So we have, keep your fingers crossed, we have ducked that virus this time. But the boys, oh my, poor Victory. He had been sick the whole break. I didn't even know if he was ready to go back to school today, but he really wanted. He still do have a lot of coughing, but he do not have any fever. He has not stuffed nose. His sinus things and all of that are good. It's just this coughing, and he had been coughing now for the whole break. So yeah, and they are so tired of each other. So they needed a break back to school. They are not on the same place in school and all of that, so they don't have to see each other. I'm talking on the two youngest ones now, because those two they don't like to be trapped in this house together for that long period of time. They want their own space with their own friends. I do understand that. I know it's hard. Then they are poorly also. Victor have his routines, Alva have her routines, and they are so different. They can play together, but it's very rarely happening. And also we have like 2 teams in this house. We have team girls and team boys. And the funniest part is it's me and the boys and dad and the girls. So it is like we have 2 groups. And it's quite funny. Dave is back to school also today, and he's going to sleep with his... Or maybe he come back home. Otherwise he's going to sleep over on his girlfriend's house tonight. Maybe they will come back here and sleep here. I don't know. We will see. He will be with his girlfriend anyway today. I have so adopted that girl into this house. She is fitting this family just perfect. I love her. She's wonderful. And then we have Tuva. Tuva did actually get quite late to school today because she was thinking it was a good idea to sleep in. So notice to yourself, Tuva is not allowed to sleep over with friends when she has a school day. Notice. No, they actually didn't have any classes in the morning, but I was not on that. I have not read the email, so they was on time in school. But I panicked a little bit because she didn't answer the phone. She's very responsible, and the friend she is sleeping over with or spending the night with are actually going in the same class as her, so they are going to the same place. And those 2 have stuck together since they were like toddlers. Yeah, so that's it. And now I think I'm going to go because I do have half an hour to the school run.